Gotta take the brake caliper off. Zip tie it up out of your way. 2 bolts were holding it on. Next we'll take the rotor off. Then we'll take off the axle nut.
Kind of big. What are you doing now?
Off this axle nut. Then we're gonna see how to get this off. This is the piece I'm replacing. Project. Alright, so axle nuts out. Can't get, there's 4 bolt heads behind here. You see 2 here, 2 on the bottom. You need to take those 4 bolts out. That's what's holding your bearing in. Can't get to it because the CV axle is in the way. So what we're going to do is take these 2 bolts out right here. We'll take them out, pull this forward, tap the CV axle in. That should do the trick. So you put a socket on one side, which is a 13/16. Put a ratchet on the other side because that nut will turn when you turn the head. The wrench is a 15/16. Put that wrench on there, it'll hit against the side of the car, hit against something. Go ahead, do this till you take both those bolts out. And of course I have a helper. She didn't want to get dirty, but she wants to look at my tools.
Well, I do want to get dirty.
Alright, so once you take those 2 bolts out, wiggle this, pull the bolts out, pull this forward. You want to go ahead and tap your axle up into that hole while you're pulling on this. Give yourself enough clearance. Get that axle back in there a little bit. It'll move. Now you have enough clearance. As you can see, I need these 4 bolts out of here. Get them 4 bolts out. We don't need to take this axle all the way out. We can leave it right where it is. It's not hurting anything there. So let's take them 4 bolts out. The socket to take them bolts off is a 15mm you'll need.
15? Like from in here?
I got it. Just tucking.
So one of these, right?
Yep. As you take the bolts out, you'll see this bearing's about ready to fall off. One thing to be careful of is your speed sensor cable. Let's go ahead and unhook it at a spot in the middle, give it some slack. You don't want to damage that. I already changed that a couple months ago. Not having good luck with this car. Last bolt, and here we go. So this is bad. My brake light, anti-lock brake lights come on. Took it to the Ford dealer. First they said speed sensor, change speed sensor, light's still on. Then they said, oh, it must be your hub assembly in the left front. To tell you the truth, I don't think they know. So they wanted almost 500 bucks to change this. We'll change it right here in the driveway and see what we get. Old one, we'll throw the new one on. Alright, new hub assembly. We'll see how it works out. Put it on the same way, reverse order as the old one came off. Remember, when you line it up, there's teeth in there, grooves. Grooves got to line up on your CV axle. Not too bad. Let's throw some bolts in there and see what we got. be right here. Alright, all four in, let's get them tightened up. I don't think there's any certain order to tighten them. Maybe get them snug, all four snug. Maybe crisscross when you tighten them. What? What's your butt?
Is that my stool?
Yep, sure is.
Oh, so you can sit down and so your butt doesn't hurt.
That's right, you need a stool to sit on, bro.
Yeah.
We'll go right around till you get the grooves to line up and you'll see it pop through. Just like that, all the way through. Now let's try to get this. Is going to be the tricky part, getting this back where it belongs. I think maybe we need to turn the wheels. Let's see.
Mike Clearline, our doctor director.
Alright, let's see if that helps. Turn the steering wheel a little bit. Maybe we can line this up some. There we go. Gotta manhandle it, muscle it, whatever you want to call it. Get it in there. Line this back up so your bolt holes line up. Just get one of them in. Oh yeah. Looks like we got the bottom one going in first. This one I'll have to do a little extra wiggling. Brake caliper is going to be a pain in your butt. Had zip ties on it. Zip ties break. I guess I need heavy zip ties. Go ahead, tighten those two big bolts up, and we're almost done. It's just the reverse way he took it off. Sure they're good and tight. They ain't gotta be super tight. We want them tight, but don't break anything trying to put them back together. Don't forget your speed sensor cable. Go ahead, put it back in where it was. Get that rotor back on. Rotor on. Now let's get that brake caliper on. It should go right on over that. We didn't do anything. We didn't touch the brakes. It should be fine. I'm gonna Got 2 bolts to hold it in. Line up your bolt holes. Top one in, bottom one in. Yeah, by the way, it's about 90 degrees out here. What side socket was that? Alright. Go back together. $90 degrees out, in your driveway, hour and a half, say $500. Bought the part off of Amazon, I think $30, $40. Also, you could got it off of Rock Auto. Amazon though, you get it next day. Rock Auto, gotta pay a lot more for next day. I didn't need it next day anyway. Good thing about Amazon though, it's a lot easier to send things back. Rock Auto, or if I ordered it from anywhere else, restocking fee, all that. If this didn't fit or wasn't right, I send it back to Amazon, no charge. Tighten those up good. Again, they don't need to be gorilla tight, just tighten them up, remember? Safety, you want it tight, but man, you break something, you're not going to be happy. Alright. At this point, we can throw our tire back on, take it off. Well, let's see, let's get our axle nut back on there. We won't be able to tighten this as tight as it needs to be until we get the tire on, set the car on the ground. But we can get this nut on. No impact tools needed. I'll give you a list of all the tools I needed. I didn't need any special tools except this center, this axle nut, which was a 32 millimeter. You can get those most of the time free from AutoZone, Advance Auto, and just take them back when you're done with your project instead of buying it. So we'll get this snug, then we'll get the tire on, and then we'll tighten this up. This probably has to be torqued. I'm not sure. Such a problem with this car, 2016 Ford Fusion. Lots of trouble with it. I don't think quality is on the top of the list for the car manufacturers anymore. I think it's money. How much can we make off of that? And once it's off the lot, it's not our problem. Them all snug, we'll tighten them up and we set it on the ground. If you didn't have any way to hold this tight, once you jack it up and you forgot, maybe you jacked it up and then you want to take it off, have someone push on the brake pedal, hold the brakes. That'll stop this from turning and you can take this axle nut off. Lay down, tighten them up. Don't have to be gorilla tight. You break something, you'll be mad. Alright, let's tighten up that axle nut. Check your book to see if it needs torqued. I'll leave that up to you. Put your center cap on. Done. Alright, so we got that hub assembly job done. 2016 Ford Fusion. About 37,000 miles on it. Had so many problems with that car, it isn't even funny. Did it in the driveway in about an hour and a half. Basic hand tools, no impact wrenches. Tried to make the video short and sweet. And got any comments, better ways, tricks, advice, throw them in the comment section. Hope I could help you out. Thanks.